This is taken just shy of the 10. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. It's an 89-yard kick return. And the Steelers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And it's now a 7-0 game. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
So here come the Patriots now on offense. Leading them out will be the 3-time Super Bowl champion, the MVP of Super Bowl 29, the dynamic Steve Young. Young looks to throw on first down. And he finds Gronk. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now here's Young.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Young working out of the gun.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill.
And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
So back onto the field come the Pats for their second drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Young. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off.
And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack, because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
So the Steelers now in great shape to begin their initial possession.
They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, who burst onto the scene back in 2016 as the NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year, and now in his 7th NFL campaign.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. Here's the first carry from Matt Breida. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Butker's kick here is good, and that'll make this 17-0 here in the opening quarter.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Again, they'll run with Bettis. And the ball is knocked out. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. On 2nd down, this is Jackson. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Now a give to Breida. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Matt Breida taking it in from 2 yards out as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Extra point by Butker is on target, and the route is on here in this first half. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was Matt Breida who had the touchdown run to put an end to it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Patriots in control of the football as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Now a give up the middle to Bettis. And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's Steve Young. Oh, and now Young here throwing another interception. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, there are several factors at play for why they face this deficit right now, Charles, but that's now 3 interceptions that he has thrown and just giving the football away. Pretty careless here in the opening half.
Yeah, I know that all of our parents taught us to share as youngsters, but in this game, you don't want to share with the other team. Keep it for yourself. Keep it for your team. Got to cut down on all of those throws, those errant passes, if they hope to get back into this game.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott now wasting time going right back to DK Metcalf. And the Steelers are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Prescott. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Michael Irvin from 8 yards out. And the Steelers are able to add on to their first half lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. Their quarterback in this offense heading back out to the field. He was intercepted on that last drive, the third one he's thrown in this first half alone. He'll look to right the ship here, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Young. That's complete to Bettis. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Young on 3rd and 2. Forced out to his left. That one complete to Bettis. Finding space at the 40. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Young on 1st down. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. I cannot imagine a more perfect half of football for one side, CD, and a more disastrous half of football for another side. But if you focus on the positive half, with this pick 6, you look at where that lead is at, and to think that we are only in the 2nd quarter. My goodness.
I love the expression, my goodness indeed. Pretty obvious. It's a free fall out there. Everybody gets a chance to make a play. And if you're on the field, you got a great chance of being the next guy that your teammates are celebrating.
Extra point by Butker is on target. And the route is on here in this first half. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This taken in at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Patriots with the football here late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Young. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Draymond Jones. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. The Patriots send out their punter, and no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. Prescott looks to throw on first. And this one is incomplete.
They tried to make something happen, but that one came up incomplete and really wasn't a good-looking throw.
Yeah, maybe even go as far as to call that a little ill-advised.
Yeah, I would say so. I think that's the right phrase for it. Definitely ill-advised. Just wonder about his mechanics right now, you know, and that's the tough part. You do so much stuff in practice to make it repetitive, but it has to repeat under pressure, whether it's pressure from the defense or just the pressure of playing the game.
That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters. The time is of the essence. We breeze through halftime, and we are ready for the second half. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Now Steve Young and the rest of his offense getting ready for their next drive. And Charles, I mean, look, you don't bench a starter of his caliber, but 4 first-half interceptions. How do you handle it from here?
Well, the easy thing is right away you try and run the football, take some pressure off of it, but you know the defense understands that as well. My second thing is give him throws that are safer, throws that he's confident in, the ones that he likes to make, and that way you try and get his confidence back up.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Now a give running left. It's Bettis. And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. From the shotgun, it's Young. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. It's fielded at the 45. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Play fake. Here's Prescott. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
And they'll get this down to the 10. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. Here's Breida. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Matt Breida, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Steelers are pouring it on. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. New England's offense set to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks up.
And, my goodness, another interception. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, that is now his 5th interception thrown in this game. And Charles, you've got to tip your cap to this defense. I mean, they have been so impressive reading these passes, stepping in those lanes. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A nice tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
That throw by Young incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been...
And now here's another interception. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six for a Steeler touchdown.
Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick six is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Butker on for the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Hill is going to take it out of the end zone.
And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. Back to it after the pick six. Young in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Young. They complete it to Hill. And he'll be upended at the 18. That's a very helpful pickup of 9 after the play began at the 9. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has... Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Young on third down. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Ted Hendricks making his presence felt.
Well, it's obvious, but I can't help but say it here. It's never a good day when the opposing defense has more sacks than you have points. The win seems likely, but this defense is still playing for something here. They see that 0 on the scoreboard, and they don't want that to change.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And he fields it cleanly. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all three phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. New England trying to get a place on offense. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the former Patriot, Darrelle Revis. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. Historically, this is such a tough, loud venue, but you can hear a pin drop right now. A lot of fans long gone, not used to seeing a... And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, obviously, Charles, no more points were needed, but some teams just can't resist the urge to keep adding on, and they did just that here in the fourth quarter.
And we've certainly been on the call to see many teams do exactly that over the years, Brandon. Some to even more impressive degrees. In the end, it always goes back to there's still a defense out there, and it's still a game of NFL football. So if you don't like what's happening, it's up to you to get them stopped.
Bunker now to add the extra point. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. The Stork, Hall of Famer Ted Hendricks, his second sack of the night. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. The second down throw for Steve Young, incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. But after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
The third down throw incomplete by Steve Young. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find it.
And they are going to finish this one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New England's offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points.
And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. 42 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. Prescott here to throw. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Prescott. Open man is Fred Biletnikoff, complete. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away. Hill is going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. And the Patriots gearing up to go now. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I tell you,